This is an early prototype of a probability sequencer that I'm working on, designed to work with a Eurorack modular or something that runs on a plus 12, minus 12 voltage. In my case, a Cosmo format synthesizer. The general idea is that each clock signal, although in this early version, instead of a clock, it's actually running once per second, you are going to select a note. Right now, those notes are represented right here with these 4 LEDs. So we have 4 different options that we can select each time a signal happens or an event happens. When we're choosing a note, we're weighting those notes based upon these 4 potentiometers. Currently, they are reversed, and that's just because of the pinout of the Arduino Nano. So this potentiometer is going to correspond to this LED. So each second we're selecting one, and right now, because they're all at 0 voltage, there are none being selected. So we're effectively putting out 0 volts across all 4 outputs. But if we turn up the voltage, we'll see that each second we are selecting this particular LED. So if we turn up a second one at about the same level, there should be a 50-50 chance of each one of those things happening. Now, this is similar to a mutable instruments branches, which they call a Bernoulli dual Bernoulli gate system. I wanted to kind of take that and turn it into a sequencer, and that's where I got the original idea. So the more steps we add, the different pieces we can hit in this. Right, so this one's currently the highest, which is why it stays longest on that particular light. So the kind of goals for this are to have some way to select pitches for each one of these steps. Most likely it's just going to be one of these pins out to another potentiometer. So each step in this situation will have 2 potentiometers, one for the probability and another one for the actual pitch. That's a lot easier than trying to implement a control voltage in steps. You also don't need as many pitches to make something useful. And then the other part that I already mentioned is going to be adding a clock to this as well. So, and then the last piece, which might not happen in version 1, is having a control voltage for the randomness. Currently, this is these random voltages or these random numbers that control these things are being selected through the Arduino random function while pulling a random seed from an unconnected analog pin. But the ideal situation would be able to plug in things like white noise or even an LFO or an oscillator, similar to a sample and hold module. The other bit and pieces is to have the other piece that I would like, the last piece that I was like, is to have each one of these percentages voltage controllable, similar to how the branches work. So that's kind of the beginning of this, and hopefully we'll be able to make some progress on it in the near future.